You know what you want? Accurate tracking, quality materials, optimal weight, extra buttons, and ample RGB. But there are quite literally hundreds of gaming mice on the market, many of which tick all of those boxes. So why the heck is everyone buying this one? I mean, the fight is so one-sided it's gotten to the point where this is not just the top seller on Amazon, but Logitech even made themselves their own little custom award to commemorate that they make the top-selling gaming mouse on the planet. I mean, how can a product line that was first announced at PAX 2014 still hold that crown? It can't be that good. Can it? The G series marked Logitech's first salvo in what would be a never-ending marketing war to create the highest sensitivity gaming mouse. Over the next 9 years, Logitech and their competitors used a combination of optical and laser sensors, with Logitech even building one mouse with an accelerometer in it, to go from a practical 2000 dpi all the way to 12,000 in the G502 Proteus core, the distant ancestor of the world's most popular mouse today. Now that the 2014 model wasn't identical, it features many of the key elements that we still love about the current iteration, including a braided cable, 11 remappable buttons, extra weights, and a Logitech signature top-level free spinning scroll wheel. But the engineers weren't done. Our cursors must move faster. So, 4 years later, the G502 Hero was born using the all-new Hero sensor. It was basically the same as before, except it could reach a staggering 16,000 dpi. Or that is to say, at least it used to reach 16,000. Thanks to a recent firmware update, it can actually be pushed even further to 25,600 dpi. That is a lot of dots per inch. Now, we love Logitech mice around here. You'll find more than a few MX Masters kicking around at our workstations, and most of us I think are using their gaming mice at home, so it wasn't a huge surprise when we saw their name in the #1 spot. But with at least 10 different designs featuring that same Hero sensor, why is this ancient body the king? Let's start with a look through some of the 26,000 ratings for this mouse on Amazon. 82% of users give it 5 stars for an average of 4.5, with most reviewers pointing to the comfort of the design, the ease of access to all the programmable buttons, the sensor, and surprisingly the customizable weights. Now, this has been a feature for years, starting with the G5 in 2005, and in an age where going lighter and lighter is typically preferred, we were surprised to see so many current reviewers mentioning the weights. I mean, personally, I'm onto the G Pro Superlight at this point, so I can hardly imagine loading up the already chunky G502 to its 139-gram weight. Another positive is most people seem to feel like the software is pretty okay, and I guess I feel the same from changing the RGB, to programming the buttons, to creating DPI profiles. Setting up and using G-Hub is pretty solid, especially with a wired mouse like this, where you basically just plug it in and it works. And it is comfortable with petite gamers like me, able to switch between a palm or a claw grip. And more generously endowed gamers probably prefer a straight claw grip. With that being said, many of the complaints about the mouse from the 4-star or lower reviews are valid. It is a little on the small side, some of the buttons can be a touch too easy to press, looking at buttons 4, 5, 7 and 8, and while the thumb support width feels good to some, it feels absolutely awful to others. The scroll wheel can also end up feeling too stiff when it's locked, and too free when it's unlocked, which is really hard to properly convey without letting you actually try scrolling in person yourself, but trust me, they've got a point. Something that surprised us was the handful of complaints about it being too much. But I guess that's kind of fair. I mean, not everyone needs so many bells and whistles. Or 25,600 dpi for that matter. It should be noted though, that just because we're not using that extra sensitivity on the slider, that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to waste, because it can contribute to additional accuracy. But whether those improvements are meaningful at this point, is another conversation. The weight was another factor, with most unsatisfied buyers complaining about how heavy it is. Fun fact though, we did find one outlier who thought the mouse was too light. The most crucial issue that stuck out for most, if not all, of the 1- and 2-star reviews though, was switch failure, primarily double-clicking and click and dragging. It turns out, Logitech is using switches in this thing that aren't really meant for modern mouse designs. The Omron switches used to work fine in older models that ran at a higher voltage and current, but the newer Japanese Omron switches would work better for the mice of today, thanks to their more robust build quality. Now you can replace the stocks, which are entirely, and there are a few tutorial videos on YouTube to help you, but the reality is the average user isn't going to bother. They're going to log a complaint, ask for a refund, and probably buy a different mouse. So with that damage to their brand on the line, why is Logitech trying to save a buck on one of their most popular products? Well, that brings us to the price. A decent new gaming mouse used to set you back between about $80 to $120 more if you wanted something wireless or with niche features. The G502 Hero, it's $50 on Logitech's website, just $40 on Amazon, and we even found the SE variant, which appears to be just a different color, for $35 on Best Buy. I mean, even at the official price of $80, which you can still pay if you really want the KTA skin version for some reason, it's reasonably competitive, so getting it for less than half of that feels like a heck of a bargain. I can understand why Logitech might have wanted to cost it down to hit that price point, and besides, when something is affordable, people tend to be a lot more forgiving of minor grievances, like having to RMA it perhaps, or the lack of a finger channel on the right click or a bit of extra heft. I mean, within Logitech's own product stack, there are really only two wired competitors, both of them priced a little higher, the Pro and the G600. The G600 is labeled as the MMO mouse, and it's pretty clear why. It's got 20 programmable buttons for basically every macro you could ever need while still being comfortable. And as for the Pro, well, many of you might be attracted to its symmetrical shape, hero sensor, 6 programmable buttons, onboard memory profiles, and extra RGB. If you like the look and feel of the Pro, but you want to save a bit of money and you don't need 25,000 DPI, then the cheaper G203 Prodigy might be the mouse for you. As for if you want something wireless, well, the price does jump substantially. Of course, you don't have to stick with Logitech to hit this price point. A quick look reveals plenty of other options in the $30 to $50 range, many from reputable brands. You can get a Razer DeathAdder Essential or the Viper Mini Ultralight, the Redragon M801, or the SteelSeries Rival 3. We're going to have all of these listed in our affiliate links down below. I mean, sure, most of these don't have quite the same robust features, often just sporting fewer programmable buttons or lower maximum DPI, but like we mentioned before, many of you don't actually need them, let alone want something so extra. If you want to spend even less money, there are some interesting products from brands we've never heard of. I certainly can't vouch for them, but hey, competition is good, right? It's not a lot to lose if you feel like taking a chance, and that one is downright expensive compared to this incredible mouse. But coming back to the G502 Hero at this price, we can honestly say that we do recommend it. It's got unparalleled tracking, good software, and it's backed by Logitech's legendary support. But it also might be worth expanding your horizons. We don't have to all buy the same mouse. I mean, gaming mice are really affordable now. Thanks for tuning in on our breakdown of the G502 Hero gaming mouse. Please feel free to check out the products mentioned in our video through our affiliate links in the description below, and as always, stay strong, and game on.